Today is July 14th, 2024. Okay. Today I went to Fairlawn and had lunch with a friend. Went and walked around Summit Mall. A couple weeks ago, the drug cartel was there. Two of the girls that harassed me showed up. And this one guy, I thought, you look familiar. It looks almost like you have a disguise on, like yourself, though. His beard was way below his waist. He turned around and looked at me and went, I thought you are one of them. Okay? Well, today I went there. Muslim woman with a full headdress, hijabs, walking off. And then other ones in the full black garbs, all the way down, robes, full headdress. And when I walked by, they turned away from me. I thought I know. And I got a hold of my brother, and I asked him if he wanted to meet for coffee. So I went and met him for coffee. Some lady walked in and said I was following her. I seen all those Muslim women show up. None of this is funny. No, it's not. No, it's not. I went to walk outside, and some idiots were in the bookstore. Some guy named Will said she's a child molester. I'm not a child molester. And it is drug dealer Pete telling you he is not FBI agent Will, he is a drug dealer. The guy behind it confessed to everything. July 8th, 2024, Altman Hospital. Billing department. 9:10 a.m. That lady in the billing department needs arrested. I go through McDonald's drive-thru, I use my debit card. She's calling me, and I see it says Altman Hospital. I thought, I wonder what they want. She's like, your debit card's not working. I said, that's not true. I just used it. Well, I need to go over it with you. So I said, well, give me a second. I'll pull around and park. And I pulled over, and she's like, I need you to go back over your credit card information with me. And in the background, they should record all of their conversations. You can hear them like he's standing right next to her. I paid for all these people to come here. I paid for all those men to show up here. What'd you just say? I paid for them to do everything to her. What'd you just say? I paid for all that done to her. I found out what's going on. It's not right. So I paid for those men to come here, and I paid for them to do everything to her. And I'm paying for all these people to follow around and say all those things. What'd you just say? And she's like, read your debit card. And she's reading it back to me out loud. You could hear it. What the fuck was he doing in Altman Billing? Oh, I've turned that place over to the state. Medical board, HIPAA violations. Letting a drug dealer with a fake FBI badge in the back. Okay? I know she used to carry a gun because Dave was controlling. I fixed it so she can never carry a gun. Oh, I can carry a gun if I want to. Don't make me go buy one and act like a bad 5-year-old and I'll own one just because you say I can't have one. You ain't nobody but a drug dealer and a rapist. You have no say over my life. And once she finds out what's going on, I don't have to worry about her going around shooting people. Cops were never worried about me shooting people. You're a Looney Tune. But what did you just confess? You paid for the human traffickers to come to Ohio. You paid for them to harm me. You paid for all these people to follow me and harass me. What did you confess? You were in it with Dave. You want, like they said today at McDonald's, I went in to use the bathroom on 62. They have that man's confession that did everything. What are they waiting for? Well, he called them. He said, I called them. I had them come here. He has a fentanyl king from Texas, their phone number. Get him. Get it out of them. This case is solved. He confessed. The guy behind it. What are you waiting for? I'll be like the guy in McDonald's. What are they waiting for? You know what I kept checking my credit card. He's got my credit card information. She did that on purpose. Went and talked to some friends. They're like, you better turn that off. I said, oh, yeah, I better. And I froze it. And then I went and got a new one. Nice try, Pete. For Dave hired Pete on his own. And it was Pete and his men in my home before. Who's Pete? What did the police say? It's documented it was a drug cartel in my home before. He's a drug dealer. He told people he was retired Judge Pete. Framed retired Judge Pete, Ludick, and Stephen in the Portage County Sheriff's, and he's a drug dealer. He told people he was an attorney. He told people he was an investigator. He told people now he is FBI agent, will open my case. Friday, I went to come home from Akron. A bunch of bikers drove by. We told people. They actually looked into who was in that hospital, saying they were responsible for it. And some guy saying he was agent over a case. They said, none of this is funny. Somebody needs to do something about it. That guy's going around telling everybody he's the agent over our case. He's lying. He told people, he tells people I have charges. Do I have charges? No, I have one traffic ticket. He told people that he took his stocking tapes where they were drugged, beaten, raping me. And I'm thinking it's some well water. It looks like poop water. I wash my hands in it, I take a fast shower, but I bring bottled water to cook and drink it. Then we got a water treatment system. Okay? I take my laundry somewhere else and wash it. Okay? So it wouldn't stain it. Okay? And I'm thinking, since it's so dirty, and it's stopping up toilet guts, rocks are coming up in it and everything. Thought maybe it has a going. Now I want you to think how not funny this is. You're perfectly fine. You move in a new home out in the country. 6 days you're out there, you're out of stores, you're gonna get your stuff out. You come home and your door's kicked into the wall. Literally into the wall. Find out some serial rapist, drug dealers hired to stalk you. Had 4 attempts on your life, you didn't die, so they decide to frame you if you don't die with the next attempts. And it's drug dealers. By the second week, you're waking up with bruises all over you. You've been throwing up. You're thinking, what am I? Oh, I don't wear rags. You go out, you work in your yard. You come in, fine. Wash your hands, make something to eat and drink, go use the bathroom, wash your hands better, sit down, take a drink out of a 2-liter Diet Coke, and pour the glass. And the room goes dizzy and black, and your hours go by. You woke up, whoa, I must have worked hard. I feel sick again. I feel dizzy. Throwing up, I don't remember banging my arm and my leg, and then your personal area gets so swollen you can't hardly pee, and you're waking up with orange, lemon, and grape marks that look like injection marks. You're going to the doctor, it's the well water. I was at sick time, I moved in that house, and you have no memory of anything that happened to you. Now, is that funny that the drug cartel is drug beating, raping people in their home? Roofing him, getting him stoned, telling him to say something stupid, and photoshopping and washing? And in a sextortion act, they laugh in your face in front of the cops. They Photoshop shower scenes in the other room of washing to make you look weird. They Photoshop feminine wipes above toilets. They race people out of the room, laugh in your face how they framed you. And it's a drug cartel. Now, for you being drug beaten, raped, and photoshopped in a sextortion scheme, are you in trouble as a victim? No. They go to jail for that. He hired the drug cartel. And you have no memory. You have never seen or talked to anybody. Didn't even have your neighbors in your home. And to find out that sexual predator, that serial rapist, is putting you on porn sites, selling your grandkids on kiddie porn sites using the bathroom, your children on porn sites using the bathroom. What should have happened to him? Nailed to that ageless task. And that he was drug beaten, raping anybody for any reason. He told people he took his stocking tapes, entered it in court, and was found guilty. Had charges. And nobody told me. And people fell for it. That there's no legal system, no attorneys, no rights. You can be victimized, drugged up, and told to say stop, beaten, raped. Poor victim don't even know who did it to him. Huh? And that they've been selling them on porn sites and a sextortion act, Photoshop washing in the other room. And the victim is in trouble for being exploited? Are you fucking kidding me? You're that stupid. You need to get help. I have no charges. If you actually pull my record, I have one traffic ticket from 89 and I paid my ticket. That's it. There's nothing. They lied. Alright, then they told people I was found insane. Do you know what it takes to be found insane? You actually have to be put in a state hospital, evaluated by 2 or 3 doctors. They have to take it to a judge. A judge has to find you insane. They take all your rights away from you. You are appointed a guardian and a social worker over you. You are no longer allowed to get loans. You are no longer allowed to pay your own bills. They make sure your apartment, your rent's paid, and you are no longer responsible for your life because you're not mentally sane enough to make decisions. I work 2 jobs, pay my bills. I'm a caretaker, I take care of people. I'm a notary. I can notarize documents that stand up in court. I have my med certification for passing meds for the Department of Disability. I take classes for it. Got like a 96. The man's lying. That occult is so pathetic. Ungodly pathetic. They're trying to take where I went through the whole thing of how I got sick, how I got well. Insurance just made it up to get rid of me. That, oh, she was faking through the last 5 years. It's strange as lie. Like the police said, we looked into it. The only one I ever called her a faker was Strange. Because it's documented medical malpractice, documented medication errors. It's fraud. They were ripping off my insurance, made me sick. Almost killed me. And it took another doctor to tell on them. In 9 months, it's slowly getting well. Even the police have documented it was medical malpractice, medication errors. Okay? Now, that occult things they can take where people were ripping me off in pain management, falsely diagnosing me, made my body swell from my feet to my brain, caused seizures, brain swelling, lying I had brain tumors, want to remove my pituitary gland, thyroid and adrenal gland shut down, enlarged my heart valves, and still damaged it flutters. Put me into many heart attacks, and my whole body swelled up till my knees are popping out of place. My feet are so numb I can't hardly walk. I'm using canes and braces. Make me gain 150 to 175 pounds. And wanted to do close to, what was it, $500,000 to $1 million surgery, brain surgery on me. And remove a healthy gland out of my brain that they were causing to swell with their medication. And it took another doctor to tell on them. They would have killed me for the almighty buck and getting kickbacks from the drug companies. A lot of doctors went to jail, around 2,000, for doing that shit to people. They killed people. When they did autopsies, they found that there was nothing wrong with them, and the doctor had put them through all that and killed them. They had started the opioid addiction and were becoming the local drug dealers. People, they were falsely diagnosing people, getting them hooked, making them come back every month, getting their office visit and then drug kickbacks from the drug companies. And they were becoming the local drug dealers. Then there was other ones falsely diagnosing people, getting real big kickbacks from the drug companies, making them sick, keeping them sick, and then doing unnecessary procedures, and people got hurt, maimed, or died. And a lot of doctors went to jail for fraud, gross negligence, medical malpractice. I found some. And it took another doctor to tell them, now do I have to claim fraud? No, that would make, do you realize how stupid that sounds? It would be like me going into the BMV. You have to check if you have epilepsy or seizures. But I was diagnosed with epilepsy. I was having seizures, but it was induced from the brain swelling caused by the medication. They were lying causing it. So what do I check? No. Because the medicine made the seizures happen. Got off the medicine, the seizure stopped. Because do you realize how stupid I look? Well, I don't know what to put. I was diagnosed with epilepsy. Some doctors gave me some wrong meds, made my brain swell up, caused me to have seizures, and they lied that I had epilepsy. And another doctor told me they were ripping me off, causing me to be sick. Do you want me to check yes or no? That'd be oh my God, honey, I hope you sued them, and that would definitely be a no. So you didn't have that wrong with you, they caused that. Exactly. You act like you're slow. I don't even acknowledge it. I don't have to. Because it was fraud, and they were ripping me up. Even the cops that worked my case, no one had ever addressed what those doctors did to her before. My God, they even damaged her heart. And it took another doctor to tell on her. And there's no way, with her whole body swelling up, everything shutting down, that they didn't know they weren't killing her. And it took another doctor to tell them they were ripping her off. No one will address that with her. What are you going to say? I'm sorry? And see, when you look how far long ago, it was what, 21, 22, 23, 24 years? They're probably not even in practice. They probably either went to jail because, like the doctor said, they were known for doing it, probably lost their license years ago, or they're retired. They were getting kickbacks from $200 to $1,000 per false prescription. And I wasn't the only one. They were making me sick. I'll tell you what. They'll probably own their own island. They're probably not even in practice. We're talking 20-something years ago. Time you go to college. You go to medical school. And then you have to go for what you're going to be. And then you have to do your internship. And then you have to work so long in a practice. You're way up in your 30s, time it takes off. Then you add 20-something years, and a lot of doctors retire in their 50s because they made more than enough money for their lifetime. They wouldn't even be in practice. And see, that's where hospitals, doctors, unless you have an ongoing condition or something major, they have to keep a note on it. They purge your records every 5 to 7 years. If you don't go back to the same doctor, they don't even keep your record. They'll have no record of you being there. For me to get the documents of the brain tumors and the other stuff, the hospital didn't even have them. They had them in storage units, and I had to pay like $150. I want you to think of that. I had to pay someone to go get them out of the storage unit. They purge your records. And what are you going to bet? See, that's where I was in Golden Corral. And they said those doctors almost killed her. What would they actually say to her? Like the police said, nobody addressed that with her. What would you say? I'm sorry? My God, we turn them into the state? What would you honestly say to me? Are you fucking kidding me? Start thinking about this. Now, we're going to also have a talk. I told you about my one neighbor, Keith. He went to Altman Hospital this last winter. They almost killed him too. He goes in and he said, there's something really wrong with me. They said, oh, you got gout. Gout is swelling of the joints. He goes back the next day, there's something really wrong with me. They said, there's nothing wrong with you, go home. He goes back in and he tells the doctor, I feel like I'm dying. Help me. And he pleads for this man to do his damn job. He finally runs some tests. He's got a blood clot in his neck. He's 2 days from death. They said it would have finished went up into his brain, it would have killed him. They had to do emergency surgery. Does he have gout? Oh. I'll tell you what, if an attorney actually runs an ad on Facebook, Google, how many people were falsely diagnosed by Altman Hospital? How many people lost loved ones to medical malpractice there? How many people were hurt, injured, or suffered because of medical malpractice? They could do $1 billion lawsuit on that place. In a class action suit. See, even like Officer Mark told a lady, it's been documented, verified, it was medication errors that made her sick before. It was documented and verified another woman was even using her insurance. She's like, no, that's funny. He said, I know it's not. That's where that other officer, December 31st, 23, in Altman Hospital, the nurses are talking, my God, nobody's ever talked to these people. They had some guy impersonate a doctor from Altman Hospital selling people's information. The hospital gets sued. The state needs to go carry on them for HIPAA. No one's going to ever back those doctors from before. My God, they were lying so bad. They said she had brain tumors and there was nothing wrong with her. And they were causing all that with medication errors and lying and making her sick. No one's going to back that. Oh, no, that makes you liable. Because negligence and harming somebody is 1 to 8 years and $1.5 million fine. Gross negligence is worse. Then you got insurance fraud and then attempted murder. Now, we're going to talk people with real mental disorders. I take care of a wide variety. I do home health care. I work with Department of Disability clients, senior cares. I take care of people that are dying. I take care of people that are mentally slow, people with mental conditions, handicap, dementia, Alzheimer's. I take care of about anything. Potluck. And you have to fit into the situation of caring for that person with their needs. I worked with someone that was diagnosed wrong and given the wrong medication, and it made him crazy. Off the chart crazy. And I noticed odd behavior that didn't even match up to what they were treating him for. The nurse said to write a note and take it to the doctor. I said, am I allowed? Yes. So I did, and I dropped it off. They took him off that medication and started him on the other medication. They got better. Enough they can hold down a part-time job. Now, we're going to look at the scenarios. People that are bipolar. Bipolar means total opposites, okay? You go through extreme highs, happy, excitement, can't sleep for 3, 5 days or longer. You're wide awake. You're erratic, doing everything in the world. And then you crash. You're depressed, you can't sleep, and you can't move. Your emotions are total opposites all the time. Your brain is malfunctioning. So what they do is they give you medicine to stop the malfunctions of the highs and the lows, trying to keep you medium. They end up having a guardian, they have a social worker, because they have to be controlled with medication. Schizophrenic people, when you just even think of the word schizo, being erratic everywhere, that's basically how their mind thoughts are. They're everywhere. Anything wild out there, that's what that is. They give them medication to calm those misfires of erratic behavior. They'll even think they have like angels living inside of them, or other people have separate personalities. That's what that is. So they give them medication to stop those misfirings. They also have guardians, they have social workers, and they are no longer in control of their life. And if they can get them medicated enough, they can have like part-time jobs or small jobs. They still cannot be trusted with their own life. And they have to have a judge's order for all that. People that are psychopaths, serial killers, they find enjoyment in hurting people. They have no sympathy, empathy, or remorse. Their brains do not function in that part. It does not light up. And until they're actually stopped and put behind bars, they're continually harming people and destroying them for the fun of it, because they can feel happy, joy, excitement. They can feel anger, but they can't feel sorry for you. They can't have sympathy, empathy, or remorse of what they're doing. And going to jail is just part of it. They don't care. They have no real human feelings. There's no compassion in them. Their brain don't work in that area. And until they're incarcerated, they don't stop. Now, can any of those people live normal, healthy lives? No. Can they function without medication? No. So if you can function, prosper, and have a normal, healthy life, then that's not what's wrong with you. Exactly. Because otherwise, just like epilepsy, people with epilepsy cannot live without medication because it doesn't control their seizures. Just like severe diabetics, they have to have insulin. They have to check their sugar level all the time. Why? Because their pancreas don't work. Part of your body shuts down, isn't working. It doesn't get better. The only thing is with like level 2 diabetes, it's diet and exercise and unhealthy. That's a lifestyle you just need to change. It's not like the type 1 where your pancreas is dead or almost dying. That's a big difference. But if there's something really wrong with you, and something that major, you have to have medication. You can't live a normal, healthy life. Because if you can live a normal, healthy life, there's nothing wrong with you. And they give you that kind of medication, what happens? They can kill you. Now, I want you to think about that. You give people seizure medicine, and they don't need it. Let's go. You give them other medications that makes your brain swell up. Shuts down your thyroid, adrenaline, puts you into heart attacks, and your heart valves enlarge, and your whole body swells up. And you being a doctor, not realize you're killing somebody? Like the police that watched me, there's no way those doctors didn't know they weren't killing her. With everything that swelled up, everything shutting down. And it took another doctor to tell her that they were ripping her off. And they were the ones causing it. Do you blame fraud, gross negligence, false diagnosis, and people almost killing you just to rip you off? Is anything? No, nor would you ever expect to, because it was fraud. It's a nice try, a cult. See, they even threaten me. We'll make sure she can't work again. We'll make sure she has nothing. If you go to an apostolic church, you're insane. You're insane. In this area, you're insane. They're serial killers. They hire drug cartels to drug and rape victims they don't like, make up pathetic excuses to kill them, and then run around in a hate crime trying to destroy the victim that had raped and almost murdered and tortured, and sold videos to show how big and bad they are, how they can harm people in this area, and even the FBI won't stop them. Who's going to stop them? People have been saying around me that one guy is a traitor. That they all want that traitor. That's why they're acting like they go along with it. They want that Iraqi. For we all work for the king from Texas. We are his men. He sent us here to help. Dave hired us. He's a drug lord. You look up the king from Texas, his U.S. military, Iraqi translator, went into the dark web malware fentanyl king. That's where the Middle Eastern men show up. That's where the ladies in hijabs. They're selling and killing U.S. women and children. They have ties into the Florida drug cartel and all the drug cartels, and that guy ran that biggest scam in the world here, framing the Portage County judges, the Portage County sheriffs, framing me. And it's a drug dealer having the drug cartels run a big scam while they're killing people here. And people run around making fun of me. Do you want the cartel to do this to you? Your family, your wife, your mother, your daughter? Do you want them to do this to you? Because what's going to stop them? You don't turn them in. But the police and the feds to do their job, what's going to stop them? Nothing. You know, and then it's going to come down to this FBI. That agent confessing he told on me and acting like a crazy occult person on a recorded line. And he didn't arrest them. And he's even saying on there that he knows they're trying to murder me because the strangest lie. And laughing at me for the scam of Pete, the rapist I've never met. How would you like to wake up with bruises and not know what happened to you? And to find out some serial rapist had drug beat and raped you, and it wasn't the well water. You weren't getting cancer from the well water. Your doctor's not going and thinking of a serial rapist. You're showing up with migraine, headaches, throwing up, almost passing out. You got orange, lemon, grapefruit sized bruises. You muscle pain. and your personal air is so swollen you can't hardly pee, and you're like, is it the dirty well water killing me? And you have never seen or talked to anybody. Where do you think it's funny getting someone that stoned they don't know what happened and what they've been doing or anything else? That's not funny preying on women like that. No. They're vile, sick animals. I never talked to these people. I never had them in my home. I never even had my neighbors in my home. I had repair guys, insulation guys, and my family. And Dave telling Danny he hired Pete on his own, Pete's a drug dealer. Like I said, he's told people he was an attorney. He told people he was an investigator. He told people he was retired Judge Pete. He's told people that he was FBI Agent Will. And he's nothing but a drug dealer and part of the fentanyl Kingsmen. He has their number. Get him and get it out of it. You have him confessing he did all this. Like they said, what are they waiting for? The man behind all this confessed. They sold login within the first 30 to 45 days. Came up in front of the cops. They found another way of making money on the case. They're selling the login for $25 a month. I can go in. People showed up from around the nation. I can go in other states and they'll talk about the case. M13 has had protective custody cases and are live streaming them to harass the people in protective custody. It's on the internet. And that guy with being in dark web malware, he's a professional hacker. So photoshopping washing, see, that's where Sheriff David is Mike DeWine's cousin. He said, as your local police, wow. Everything's digital. They can put somebody else's head on somebody else's body. They can change the clothes you're wearing. They can change your hair color, your eye color. They can put you in a different room. My God, they can put you in a different country. They can put that shower scene in another room. They can put different clothes on you. They could do anything in the world. They can put your head on somebody else's body. They can take words out of sentences, other sentences, re-tape up over it. Make it look like you're saying something you didn't. And date rape, amnesia drugs, LSD in the 60s, hippies would take it, walk around hallucinating with no memory. They killed people, they killed themselves, some were taken and raped. Some people's brains got completely fried. And it's been 60, 70 years, and they have refined drugs, made different drugs, and then found out prescription drugs in different doses can cause the same thing of sleepwalking with no memory. See, that's where he's like, we all know this, and we've known it for a long time. Nothing's trustworthy. And there's a Fourth Amendment over your house. Nobody could be in it. Are your local police swamp? I talked to a sheriff in Florida. He swore like crazy. These people are nothing pulling but fucking shit with you. They can't do any of this. What is wrong with your local police? They should have arrested that agent the first day for the way he talked to you. I talked to a criminal attorney. That agent can't talk to you like that. He can't even ask you to stay quiet. He's only a higher police officer. I said, well, he confessed several times. He told on me and talked to everybody before me after the hotline. He can't do that. And you get the money for working the case and only for working the case. And he can't withhold it. Prosecutor's office said the same thing. Police out of this area. Criminal attorney. And he fed a human being back to the drug cartel. I want you to think about that. I don't care how much you want that traitor, because he used to be U.S. military. I don't care how much you want that fentanyl king and his men because they're killing people. What makes you any different when you traded back in another human being for them to harm, to get them? I was found innocent by the police in 18. My whole family defended me, and these people admitted they drugged me and told me to say it before. They admitted they photoshopped all their lies, erased people out of the room, and it was a drug scam from the cartel. And Altman family physicians, within the first 2 months of the case, said it in front of Dave, and there's a bunch of cops in the back room watching through the cameras, that it was the medicine making me sick before, and it was medication errors. And they always knew. It was documented and proven. When I got off the medication, I got well. I'm gonna upload this. I am tired. I'm tired of the crap. I have 2 ear infections. And living with these assholes. And that's the only thing. That's where even police I've talked to, these people are thinking stupid. No one can get away with violating anybody that back. Where do they think it's funny? It's because they're killers. They sell women and children for money, to murder them and dismember them. They're serial killers. The dark, evil, scary people of the world, it's them. And you're laughing at the victims' families, and the human trafficking victims they're running scams on. Like an investigator said, if she ever moves away, we will have to tell the local police that the drug cartel is running scams on people. Like Officer Mark told a lady, it's documented it was a drug cartel in my home before. And it's documented I was framed by them. And it was documented it was a medication error that made me sick before, and some other woman was even using my insurance. I'm gonna upload this.